Hi and welcome back to my solo playthrough of Mission ISS. It seems you want to see more of this game, so I'm more than happy to continue playing. It also seems Michael Lu, the designer, has joined me here on YouTube, so thanks so much for your kind comment, and it seems I didn't mess things up. At least nothing too bad appeared, so maybe we should simply keep going. There's still a lot to do. We currently at 3 modules that we were able to build, and keep in mind by the end of 2004 we need to have 6 modules, not to immediately lose the game when we pass next time or when we call for a shift, and we will shuffle back all of those incident cards into the deck. But I think overall we still have some time left to continue building what we need to build. We have a relatively weak hand, as we were only able to get 3 cards back into our hand, but that's totally up to me, or basically totally up to you when you are playing this game. Where you're playing those cards and making sure how many cards you get back. Really something that you can control and something that's really enjoyable. We have one of those extra science tiles here, research tiles here, which allows us to do a research action with a +1 anytime we need it, and maybe we really do need it sooner or later. Okay, let's get back to the game. And right now we should be in an okay shape to build this module here, module C, Saria. I think, yeah, we removed the red dye we had, but we will get it back relatively soon. That's kind of a bummer, but I still think we should keep going, because right now we can immediately tackle it. Because anything else we build, we might make this more difficult. And we already know, and you have basically all those drawings in the rulebooks and whatnot, that after C we will also build module H. So really extending towards this direction is definitely not a bad thing. And we also have a building card in our hand. So I think overall that's definitely something worth to explore. And I guess we are going to build next. The question is, what do we want to do next? And I think we want to train, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. So we will play this card on top of this one. So we have those 2 actions now available. Again, we get to choose the order of things, so we can directly start with this. And I guess we want to go with another research training token. Maybe, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's try that. Let's at least try that. Yeah, I think that's really good, actually. No, that's definitely good. And then we are going for the building action, and we already announced it. We are going here for module C respectively. So we will take this card into our hand. It's basically a wildcard command token. This will be turned over, goes to our Earth board. We are extending our space station here, so we are building Saria. And then, yeah, we know the drill. Next thing comes up and bam! Okay, 2 red dice. But okay, I'm not really surprised. These had to come out sooner or later. So we have to really take care of that. Good thing is we have astronauts here adjacent here, so they might be able to get rid of those dice at least relatively soon. At least that's what I hope. We still have to draw those 2 incidents cards. And that's module A. Because module A is already in play, we simply have to add another research tile to any module that's already there. We have to place it there. And here we have another 6. So the last red die is coming out. Problem is we are not done yet. We have to draw our next incident card. And okay, and that's module I, which might be okay actually, because Colombo here is relatively easy to build. We only need a 3, but okay, that might change. Yes, and now it's a 9 actually. So that was our build action already. I think I haven't forgotten anything. Nope. So I guess we are going for a walk and for more training here. I think so. Yeah, we will go for yet another of those science tokens here for this training, and for the movement we will start to move some of those folks into the new module C here. So the Russian astronaut here brings a science rating of 3, which is okay. So when he goes for a science action, he might be already able to get rid of this die here. So I think might be definitely worth considering this. But we also have another astronaut here on Rasvet. I think that's the German one, exactly, the new one. I think they together would be able to solve this, our research tile here, pretty much in 2 actions, which sounds tempting at least. But again, these were all of our 2 actions, and we only have 1 more card left. But of course, we still have all of those command cards here waiting for us, and we may want to leverage those. I would really like to do this one here. The problem is I don't know if that does do us any good. Maybe it does, actually. Yeah, maybe it does. So we are playing this card here, which allows us to move an astronaut. And I guess, yeah, let's stick to the plan. We are moving the German astronaut into Saria here accordingly. So they now have a combined science or research rating of 5. And again, our second action will be a research action. So we are subtracting 5 from this 8, which means this goes down to a 3. This red die is no more. And yeah, then what are we going to do next? I still think I should go for another action this round, because we have those command cards and we could still, yeah, we could still move out or move in. And the next module here is module A, Pierce, which is currently a 5, and the combined build rating is only 2. Let's have a look at H. Where is H? I think H, yeah, that's the... No, it's actually not a dead end. So moving more astronauts into that space might not be our worst idea. And I think, yeah, of course, I forgot to place the card over here just to help us remember. So in theory, we could move in here and build again. But then we know we get some more red dice onto the board. But may also not be the worst thing in the world. But it will be a red die, at least 1 red die. Huh. Yeah, maybe this one here in the dead end, that's definitely a bummer. Do we need to move? This astronaut needs to stay here for sure, because he will be able to get rid of that science tile pretty much during the next round, or after the next shift end. And yeah, we are coming close. I mean, we already have 4 out of 6. Or should we? We could go for simply another research action, getting rid of that, and then maybe build with the next action or so. Maybe that should be our... I think maybe that's the better deal. Yeah, let's do it like this. Let's try to move a little bit slower. So we are playing this as a wild card, and this will be a research. And we will also use the movement. Yes, let's do that. And here the order of things doesn't really matter too much. So we'll move this astronaut in here. Then we are going for the wild cards research action, which will free up this one here. There are no other dice. So in theory, if there would have been a second tile waiting for us here next to this one here, anything that's remaining would spill over to the other tile, but because there is only quote-unquote 1, nothing happens here. And what is the special ability of that tile? 24. And yeah, that's one of the special tiles for solo play. Of course, it's also there for the multiplayer game, but it comes with a special rule for the solo play. In solo play, I can, when I play or use this tile, I can take one of the command cards from the bottommost row back to the hand. Okay, that's nice. So when I really need another card from the bottom row before I call, that's great. That's actually really great. So yeah, we will take it anyway. I mean, and I guess now I'm ending my shift. So let's move the little satellite here. We will shuffle back all those incident cards into the deck. I will do the heavy shuffling now off camera. Then let's return those cards to our hand. This will slide down. This is removed from the game. And then, yeah, we are moving into our next shift and the next year, which is 2003. But before we do, let's not forget our 2 training markers here. And we'll assign those both to the, I think it's the Danish astronaut, right? So he's moving from 2 up to a 4, which is the maximum for all of those stats. But yeah, really a very powerful or knowledgeable person. And now we are going for the next round. And I guess definitely. Let's try to get rid of that science tile here. So we are definitely going to play this card here. Question is, yeah, do I want to do it here or there? That's not really interesting. I really need to think about this for a second, because this would allow me to bring a fourth card back into this row. If I would play something here, then I need to play two cards here. I need to play two cards here anyway, but it leaves me with some freedom. But what would I do? I mean, playing this research card into this row here definitely isn't bad. And in theory, I could go for any other card up here. So I could go for a building card here, but then I would also miss out on the other thing. So basically, building two cards here would mean then the next round will be only a 3. That's interesting. These are these decisions that you have to make in this game, which really makes it also very interesting, actually. I really don't know, and I really don't want to think it through too harshly. I mean, playing those two cards here would make sense too, and we get this card back too. I think that's not bad. Let's try that. So we are basically building and we are researching. And we definitely want to research this tile over here. It's not enough having a research of 4 and a difficulty of 5. We could bring it down to 1, but of course we will use our little science tile here, our research tile, out of the game, and this ups it to a 5, which means we have solved this one. And this one allows me, and there's also a nice backstory to this one. Someone lost their pen, I believe, or so, or the keys, I think something like that. Allows basically an astronaut to move to another module or space on the board here with another astronaut. Really very helpful tile. But we got the dice back. I mean, or the die back. That was the main thing. We still have our building action, or rather construction. So I guess we will, yeah, I think we have enough power here. So we are at 5 modules now already. That's okay. We get this command card into our hand. I mean, that's the cool piece. We will build module H in here. M is down there, needs a 12 in total. And here we have L, and L only needs a 4. Okay, let's bring out a new research tile, science tile. Okay, that's one of those. And this bonus gives us a +1 on a building action. That's never a bad thing. And we will place our blue die, which we just got back. Obviously, we have to draw 2 more incidence cards. Keep in mind, they all have been reshuffled. Oh, wow, module A gets another one. I think we have 3 now on there. Yeah, we do. So that's pretty nasty. Okay, that will be another red one. And yeah, we are not done yet. We have to draw a second one. Oh, module G, and G is out there, which means we have to go for another of those difficulty tokens. Oops, some fell out. Not looking, and it's another 5. So we are up at 10 here for module G. Okay, that really does get nasty. Phew! So we really need to get rid of some of those tokens, or research tiles. Of course, we don't have any one of those, but we have our wild cards, our command cards here. So do we want to move? I think we need to move first, right? Because we have to still build a lot of stuff over there. The 11 is brutal. Let's go with this for now, should we? Yeah, I think we have to. So with the movement, we will move from module B, Destiny, to Tranquility. And then we have a research. Of course, with the 4, we could simply get rid of that 4. And this also frees up this tile. And freeing up this tile would give us the +1, or giving us basically one of those little robo-nodes here on the same space. So I think in this case, let's rather go for this. We will put the blue die back into the reserve just because I want to have this special bonus. Again, this one allows me to place a robo-node into a space of an astronaut. I think this really might come in handy, but that's already the end of this action. And the main problem is I'm really now at 2 movement, and I'm really not sure what I want to do with more movement here. I mean, here we could still build, but from where we are, there is nothing to build. So in theory, I could continue to move folks over. And I think I have to do that anyway. I could also build. I think we want to build. Though I can show this to you. So we will play a movement card on top of this build. I mentioned this during my first video. You can also use the movement command to move your robonauts around the station. I think let's place definitely one of those robonauts to the Danish astronaut. So in theory, not in theory, practically, this robonaut gives the Danish astronaut a +1 on everything, movement, science, or research, and constructing. So this definitely does help. And we still have a movement command. And I guess we want to move the Russian astronaut into pairs because, yeah, right now they have the strongest science rating here. So again, we want to get rid of that 6. And this also gives us a +1. And when we are here, we can also start maybe building Swester. But this is not something maybe then we should rather consider. Well, we cannot build anyway right now because we have red dye on the station. So I think that's not gonna happen anyway. No, I think that's the right move. And then last but not least, we will play this movement command here. We will get a training, and that's now the tricky piece. What do we want to train and who do we want to train? I think we may need to start getting some more construction points actually. Yeah, let's do that. So for this training here, we will get a construction or building training marker. And yeah, with a movement, maybe we should start to move the German dude into Tranquility 2. Together they have 2 movement points, keep that in mind. So they can move 2 spaces into Tranquility. So overall, these guys now have 7 research points, which will help them. At least we should be able to get rid of those 2 at least with 2 research actions instead of, I think otherwise we would need 3, right? Yeah, I think so. So I guess, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's keep it like that. We still have 2 more command cards actually, and of course we still have our special token, so we could get a card back if we want that, but I think it doesn't really help us in any way. So I guess, yeah, let's not do that. Let's call for a shift N, and we really are getting close to 2005 now, and we cannot build anymore. There are still 2 red dice on the station which will hinder or are hindering our extension plans here on the station. We have 1 more training marker to assign, this one here. Do we want to make the US person more powerful, or do we want to again diversify a little bit here? Do we want some forward? Let's go with 1 strong construction astronaut here, engineer. So yeah, let's keep it like this. So this was this this training token. Then we are returning all the cards into our hand and then moving into 2003. Okay, this took me some time, but I'm still not sure if that's the right move. We are going for a double research. Yeah, 1 here and 1 here. So we are using again research from those command cards. We are using those for movement, kind of a waste. At least that's how I feel. And we are making sure we are getting this research card back with our, basically, we always keep getting research cards back. I think that's definitely important. So the first one, that's 7 research points here, which makes this one go away, and the second one will make this one go away. It's really like as simple like that. We are getting 2 of those tokens. This allows us to move 2 of those robonauts around the station, but we have really gotten rid of those red dice. So now we can start to extend, and I guess we can do that right now. Yeah, let's do that. So we are playing a movement command on top of this build command. We will move first, which means the US astronaut is moving into module, I don't know what is a C, I believe, right? Together they have a combined construction rating of 5, though we are building with our second command. There are no red dice on the station, so we are allowed to extend that, which now means we have gathered our 6th token here, which means we will make it through our first threshold, our first mini goal of the game. Definitely important. We will get this command card. This was module L, right? This was L, yeah, this was L. Where is L? L is here. And I think this now is a dead end on this side of the board, but yeah, something we have to live with. We will have to reveal a new token. Well, that's a great one. That's the pen, actually. When we use it, we can more or less reduce one die down by 2 or up to 2. Definitely a very powerful tile. Let's draw our incidence cards. And okay, module L. Yeah, we just built module L, of course, which means it gets yet another of those tokens. But that's only a 3. That's not the end of the world. Second incident card. Okay, and that's a good job. Perfect. I take that. I think overall that wasn't a bad draw at all. Yeah, this game has dice. You're not rolling those dice, but somehow they seem to work in my favor. But that was the build and movement action. In theory, we could start. Nah, maybe not in this round, but relatively soon we might be able to get rid of this die here. This gives us a +1, and really with those 11s down here, you really need to have a lot of build points, either for robonauts, through training, or combining your forces, whatever works. We still have 2 cards in our hand though, and if we don't use those right now, that this row may become a very weak row when it's time to get it back. Of course, again, it's totally up to us. There's no hand limit whatsoever. We could stop it here. We take 6 cards. Next round, we maybe only play 3 cards. We really have bought us some time now because we are at our 6 modules already. So next threshold is a 9. So we might getting there. I think having a training card in our back pocket and also move around the station may not be the end of the world either. Yeah, let's do that. So we will train, and what are we going to train? I think we need more construction points. I think we do. Let's take one of those and we can still move around. And here I'm not sure if this is something that we should consider a lost cause, because it's a dead end. It's the 6. If that would have been the 3, for example, then maybe we could go there. But moving in there, we need either those 2 astronauts in here or 1 astronaut and 2 of those robonauts. But then we have the robonauts in here and they will do us anything good there either. So overall, that's also not great. But we could move them down here, and then with our next turn, we could get rid of it. And then this is a cool training tile. We get 2 training tiles when we take the training action, and we get the die back. On the other hand, over here, moving them in there should be also our prime goal, because simply, there is, I mean, we have to move at least once in here. No, I think, okay, I think that's given now. We will move the Russian astronaut into, or cosmonaut, I guess, into Swesta. Because of their training or research rating of 3, they should be able to get rid of that die. I think that's a good idea. Problem is, yeah, it's really bad that we didn't get those extra astronauts. I think I really played this the wrong. And this is really something where you have to play this game also a little bit strategically, because we knew from the very beginning that we get 2 extra astronauts from F and J. And F and J are basically on the other side of the map, if I recall that correctly, right? I think so. Yeah, I think so. So that was really bad, because these astronauts may come way too late, and maybe I really should have focused on the left-hand side of the station to get those astronauts early. Because now I think I cannot win this game with 4 astronauts. I think even with 6 it's tough, but with 4, yeah, but I really don't know how to change or how to improve the situation. Yeah, it's so bad. It's really so bad. So that these tiles came out also, a very unfortunate situation, was really part of the setup, or part of the problem as setup, but yeah. That's randomization, and again, personally, I like that piece. So maybe we should consider to move over here to continue building now. I really think we should, because then what do we get from G? G will do K. K is not an astronaut. Where will we get, what's E? And from E, what do we get from E? E will get us F. Okay, so I guess we have to go in here. Yeah, I think so. I think we have to. So we are playing our last card from our hand, playing it on top of this. So we get 2 movement commands, which will allow us to move those guys into here. This is kind of a problem with this game. So you don't get movement points which you can distribute freely. You really have to assign those cards to individual astronauts. But yeah, I understand it. That's the rule of the game. And you have to deal with that as much as possible. And I think I will end my shift now. I could go for command cards, wild cards, but I think nothing. No, I think we don't need to rush it right now. So let's end our shift, which means we are moving into 2004. We still have to assign one of those training markers, and it's another build marker. And I guess we are assigning it. He's already extremely powerful here. No, let's assign it to the German astronaut. I think we need to spread those things out a little bit. I think otherwise it's really bad. So in total they have 3 build points, which is not nearly enough to come up with 8. But I think, yeah, we should have something at our disposal. I think that's okay. Let's return the cards back to our hand, then we are starting the next year. And again, I'm tempted to do something rather nasty. Yeah, I think so. We are building in this row, and we are we can still go for this one here first, actually, before we go for special commands. It gives us still some possibility to think things through, and I think that's I think so. That's okay. I think that's okay. So we are starting with this research command, and obviously we are assigning this to this astronaut here. They have a research rating of 3. We are getting rid of this. Doesn't come with any bonus, but it was an easy one. And this also removed the last red die from the station with our build command. Before we build, I guess we have to use 2 tokens now, actually. We will have to use this one. This will allow us to beam the US astronaut to another astronaut. We're basically calling for help in here. So in total we have a build rating of 7, which is not enough, but we will have another of those, and this will allow us to move one of those robonauts, and I will take one from Soyuz 1. Down there we will leave the other one at Tranquility. Maybe another tile comes up one way or sometime soon. So let's keep it there. And now we have 8 build points in total, and now we are going for the actual command. But it was really costly, but we have taken care of harmony here, and I think now I have to start actually moving the station around a little bit. So we will take this card into our hand. That's definitely something too. So I really hope space is sufficient here. For now it is. Okay, we have built harmony, and now we will place F here. And I think this was the plan. We need to come to F before something terrible will happen. But of course, first of all, we need to start here. We don't have any blue dice, right? No, we don't. Terrible. Of course, it's another 6. Yeah, it's another 6. Of course. Okay. Let's draw our incidents cards, and here we have K. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? So K gets another of those. Again, not looking. Okay, awesome. 14. Isn't that nice? Yeah, this is really bad. And the rules really warn you from this, to really pay attention to those, that you really build those things before they accumulate too many of those extra red tokens here. It's really terrible. But yeah, let's see what the second card is, and that's another good job. Okay, I take that. That's at least some comfort. Yeah, I think we should be able to deal with that sooner or later. Maybe we have to go for... Yeah, I think we have to move like crazy now, actually, because I really want that astronaut here. Should we move twice now? Yeah, let's do that. So we will play our movement card, and it simply goes on top of another movement card. Doesn't really matter this or that. I think we want to move twice now. And as we need 6 science points here, or research points, yeah, we will move the Danish astronaut into harmony and the German astronaut here. They're really a cool team, it seems. And we are neighbors, geographically. Then we have 6 research points here. Of course, we don't have any more actions now for this turn. Let's put it like this. But I still think we should rather go for another one. Action, yeah. So do we want to move and train? I think we want to research. I mean, that part is clear. Yeah, but do we want to move someone? Because the astronaut in Destiny doesn't really help us in any way. And then F is another dead end, right? Yeah, it is. So we don't really need a hell lot of extra astronauts there. So I think moving them. No, let's go for another training for now. Yeah, let's do it like this. So we will go for a training here. Now it's interesting. Do I want more science points? Maybe even start considering taking some extra movement points. Maybe that could be also something. Or really research, because yeah, we have a movement guy up there. Oh, that's bad. It's no interesting decision. What training token do we get? I think we will go for another build token, because this what was it, 14 really frightens me. Yeah, and here we will research. Okay, this means we have solved this research tile here. We will take it. Red dice are gone from the station. I take it, and we still have one more training card in our hand, and I guess I think we should play it. But again, the question is, should we play it and maybe play one of our command cards here, because I currently don't know what to do with this movement command. Because if I, let's say, train and then play one of those command cards, we could build and get the astronaut. I think we have to do that. I think we really have to do that. So we will play the training card, in here, and I tipped over my little card holder. And yeah, I will play another of those wildcard command cards in here for this training again. I guess we will go for another build. Yeah, let's go for another build. Why not? We need to build sooner or later. That was the training, and then we are building here. Oh, not here, but here. Sorry. And yeah, this is really particularly easy to build now. We get the astronaut, and I think we will go for the French astronaut, because he comes with a 2 rating already for his construction rating. He goes to Rasvet basically here all on his own. That's kind of a bummer, but yeah, we have to start moving. But we have tiles. I think we should be able to deal with that one way or the other. One problem really is the US astronaut here in Destiny, where there is really no, let's not be too quick, because we still have to place a module in here. So maybe we do need the US astronaut in here. So okay, maybe that's still okay. That's really okay. So we take this command card, Kibo. What was it? F, right. F was the plan. Okay, we are placing it here. Really so nice to look at the station. Really so nicely done. Oh, Japan. Kibo, makes sense, Kibo. And that's, another 6, which means another red die. It's kind of a bummer. Again, we have to move in 2 astronauts in here to get rid of that red die, but these guys are really a great team in respect to those things, so I'm really confident they will be able to manage. But we have to place 2 more cards. That's M. Okay, we do have M still out already at an 11, and we are adding 5 more, so that's 16. Yeah, we will never be able to make it. But okay, that's what it is. Let's draw the second card for Kibo here. And that's D. Okay, D simply... D. That's this dead end. Yeah, D really stands for dead end. That's really a bummer. Okay, it's only a 4. That's maybe... But still, overall there are 10 research points here. Oh, come on. Not really sure what to do there. And again, having this dead end here, that's so bad. There are no astronauts next to that. Oh, wow. Yeah, this was right now the worst thing. Of course, you know you're shuffling through the deck, so it's not unlikely that those things keep reappearing, but yeah, sometimes you simply hope for the best. Okay, but this was our build command, and things significantly deteriorated in respect to the situation. But yeah, let's see about that. But we will call it an end for a shift. So we're moving in 2005. We have 6 of those. I think apparently we are at 8, but yeah, things are really getting nasty now. So we have not lost the game. That's the good news. We have 2 training markers, and now I kind of regret that I went all in on those construction tokens. That was really bad, but I have to assign those anyway. And we have to extend the station all over the place. So I guess, yeah, we will spend 1 here on the French astronaut, bringing them up to a 3. Because, yeah, this one is the bad. What's this here? That's a 1. Yeah, let's go for it too, right? So let's make a 4 out of this astronaut. I think let's have some more powerful astronauts out there. Some specialists, some real specialists. I think that's definitely the better deal. Then we are returning the cards back to our hand and then moving into the next year. Oh boy, I really don't know what to do. I think we want to get rid of some dice, obviously. So I guess we are simply moving twice here. Or should we move here? No, let's wait. So we will move twice. So basically here and here, of course. And I guess this great science team will move into Kibo. And then with our next action, I think we have to go for research anytime soon, right? And we have a training here. And one problem I see, we don't have, for the next round, we don't have native training cards available. Unless we are using some of our science tokens, but that's okay. We don't want 2 training in one. That's typical, or not 2 research in 1 row. I think that's also not great. So I guess we want to somehow leverage this training card here, or this training, and I think maybe that's the better deal, right? Yeah, let's do that. So we will play this research card on top of this. This allows us to train and to, and in this case, I think we really want to up our science rating, at least once more for this training card. And for the research, we are simply resolving this one. So we got 1 red die back, and this one simply allows us to roll 1 of those science dice. And guess what? I used it, and I think it was a 5, and when I used the tile, it was exactly a 5 again. Yeah, that's for my die rolling skills, but you all know that. Okay, so, but this is now really a dead end here. What are we going to do next? We still have a build command, which we can't use because we still have a red die out there down here. And I think we should get rid of it as soon as possible. I think we should. Can we do that? I think we can. Yeah, let's do that. So we are going to use a movement command on top of this research command. The US astronaut can move twice because of the robonaut that's with him here. So we are moving 1, 2 into Leonardo. Unfortunately, oh, they only have a 1. What was I thinking? No, okay, we can still do that. I think that's still okay. Then we are using this tile here. Again, this allows us to call another astronaut in here. So before we are triggering the next command, so we are moving the Danish astronaut into Leonardo for now. And then we are going for the research command, and of course we are getting rid of that die here. And we had 1 left over point, so and this allows us to spill over to the other science tower. But the good thing is we have all our 3 red dice back. This doesn't have any special abilities whatsoever, so it's out of the game. Same is this. Okay, cool. Then we still have 2 more of those wildcard command cards, and we have a build action. I think, yeah, in theory we could build, but not really. We could research again, actually, using one of those wildcard commands, and with build we could prepare maybe another robonaut. Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea, actually. So this will be the robonaut, and this will be another research command. Yeah, let's do that. That's cool. For the research, we are researching Leonardo. So the next time we are training, we can get 2 training marks. And I believe they don't need to be the same, but I need to check that. Maybe the rules are not very specific and it doesn't really matter too much anyway. With our build command, we are moving this robonaut next to the, I think that's the Russian astronaut here. So with his next research action, they should be able to deal with that. It's a 4, but I think we can, yeah, we will train them and then they should be okay. And we will call it an end right now, which means we are moving the satellite. So we are shuffling those cards back into the deck. Again, I will do the heavy lifting off camera. We are moving closer to 2008, but we're already at 8 of those modules, so we should be okay. Let's assign the 1 training marker we have. And as mentioned, this will go to the Russian astronaut here. So he's now in a perfect condition to take care of this lost pen kind of thing. And then, yeah, we are returning the cards back into our hand. Problem now really is we don't get any research commands back, but yeah, I think we should be fine anyway, because we have a research card right here. So we should be able to deal with that. It's not the most important thing in the world, don't get me wrong, but it's still important enough. Okay, I think we want to move into research. I think let's simply do that right away. So we want to move and we want to research. Let's do the easy one first, and that's the research command. The Russian astronaut is at 4 plus the robonaut, that's a 5. So we have taken care of that die over here. And this again gives us a -2 on another tile. So if another nasty red shows up, we can deal with that. That was pretty perfect actually. As for our movement, we want to move this US astronaut here with a build construction rating of 4, I guess. We could move, we could also move them here, there, but here we get another astronaut. So maybe we want to finish Columbus first. And together we have 3 movement points in here. So we should be okay actually. 1, 2, and 3 into harmony. Unfortunately, the Danish astronaut is all by himself here on Leonardo, but maybe something will show up. We have reshuffled the deck, so who knows. Okay, that was our first action. I guess we have to do a rather lame command next. I think we simply have to move twice. Really having not enough movement points on those astronauts is also a problem, a big one. So I guess we are playing this card on top of this, so we're getting 2 move commands. The first one will move, who is it? The French astronaut into Tranquility. There together they have a movement rating of 2 now because of that robonaut. The good thing I left the robonaut in there. So we are moving with the second move command, 1, 2 spaces into harmony. Yeah, it was harmony, right. So they have now a combined power of 8 and we need a 9 down here. So should be doable actually. And we have the build command in our hand. Yeah, I think we want to build the 9th module at least, right? That's the idea. Of course, we could still move. This doesn't. Oh, maybe it does help us. I mean, we still have the German astronaut up there in Kibo, which in there doesn't do us any good whatsoever. So maybe we could now, basically what I'm debating is now with myself is we could play this card here. This would give us the move to move the German astronaut, or we could also do something like, I don't know, this and that. But then we only get, no, I think this is bad. This is the wrong, because then we have really a very crappy row here. I think we should really do it the other way around, maybe just to train. What do we do? I mean, we get 2 training tokens, right, when we do that. Yeah, let's do that. No, I think that's fine. Let's do that. So we will build and train first. Let's do the... Oh, wait, but if we move, we don't need... that's tempting now, because if we move, we don't need... No, I still think let's do it like this. Again, we will build first, and that's really a thinky game now. We have 8, we need 9, so I guess we need to spend one of those, which will allow us to move one of those Robonauts out. And I think, yeah, we want to leave this. Right now we don't really need tranquility, right? No, we don't. So we will place this one in here with that tile. So we have discarded this. So now we are using the build command. We have 9 points. We have unlocked our last astronaut. I think that's the Canadian one with a movement rating of 2. That's definitely something. This is out of the game. They will be reshuffled back if we need them. We will get another command card. That's definitely important enough. And I think, yeah, J is not really that long actually. That's the Columbus last one here. I take that. Cool stuff. We are placing token here. That's a 6, and I think that's also a special thing for the solo mission as far as I remember. I'm pretty sure this die might really be a lost cause now. If this would have been 2 blue dice, then maybe we would have done something, but we still have 1 blue die out. But yeah, let's see about that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Good job. Awesome. I take that. Really a good job, guys. And module D. You must be kidding me, but it's good news, kind of. Because we still have the Danish astronaut here, I think, in Leonardo. That's cool. And that's only a 3. Oh, I think this was actually pretty perfect. Okay. This worked out to be okay. So as long as I'm not rolling dice, it really seems they are okay for us. Okay, I take that. That wasn't terrible at all. And now we are at 9 of those tokens. So we basically have kind of won this game already. So everything that happens from here on again is a bonus if you're able to make it to all I think it's 12, yeah, 12 more, than you are total winner. But in this case I think we can consider it kind of a win. Of course, yeah, there's a stage, or there's a hierarchy, a little table which tells you if you have 10 modules then you are whatever, this kind of nation or whatever. It's not nation, it's, yeah, basically, yeah, we are reaching for the stars and whatnot. So I think in this case we already have kind of gained ourselves a little victory, but of course the real problems are still out there. I mean, we have 10, that's doable. I think with the astronauts that are here, that's not a problem. Here we have 16, that is a problem. And let's say we are building T segment here first and we are drawing M, for example, then this really gets close to impossible. And then we still have another T segment, which is the K, and I think this is triggered out of G later on. That's another 14, and could be the same thing, could be could become very nasty. So I think we are really far from completely mastering this game, but I really think you have now basically seen all of the game. I really used all of the commands, I used a lot of these combinations, I used a lot of those tokens here, and just for the laughs, why don't we use this tile here to simply reroll one of those dice out there? Maybe this one here, which is kind of mocking us here in pairs. So we are using this tile to re-roll that die, and I assure you this will be another 6. And what did I tell you? It's another 6. It is what it is. So yeah, we definitely had our laugh. So this tile is out, but again, I will call it an end for a playthrough and will really let you explore the game on your own. Again, I'm playing on the standard difficulty level here. You can make the game easier, you can make it more difficult, whatever floats your boat, it's totally up to you. Again, you can use all those astronauts a little bit differently. The game really changes every time you play just by how those initial difficulty tokens come out in respect to how those incident tokens come out, how you're drawing those incident cards and tokens are coming out. And really a lot of, let's call it somewhat randomization in this game. So it's really not, you cannot think it through from thought to finish. And it's really something that I really enjoy in the game, that it's really not too static and basically that you can master it too easily. The one piece which is kind of a problem in a game like this, because there is no hidden information and whatnot, so everyone also in a multiplayer game is playing with open cards, so might have the tendency calling for the alpha gamer in you, something that you have to deal with, but that's true for most of the cooperative games out there. And personally, I didn't really come up with a brilliant plan on how to alter that, other than really playing with hidden information, which some of the real true co-op puzzle kind of players don't really like. They want to discuss and want to assess, and I think in most cases that's not a problem. Again, I didn't encounter this too often myself. I'm not sure if I'm kind of an alpha player. I typically, in the game I know very well, I take myself or my ego back a little bit and let the others decide. Excellent example for this is Robinson Crusoe, for example, where I really a game I know fairly well, I would say, which I really say, okay, I will help you in the rules, I will run the game, but I'm typically not making too many decisions. And this could be something similar here too, where you can take yourself back when you know the game and let the others decide. But apart from that, really a very, very puzzly game. I must say the solo mode worked pretty well too. Definitely it's somewhat different kind of experience. The decisions that you have to make are different compared to, let's say, the multiplayer game, but it works really well. I definitely enjoyed that one too, so definitely a job well done. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed my little playthrough, solo playthrough of Mission ISS, and hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.